And hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, and joining me today, as usual, are my co-hosts, Jamie Wojcik and Tim Morris.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
What is up, everybody? I missed everyone.
Missed you too.
He was
Don't
a bit
lie.
late. Jamie was a month late to the show, but we're glad he's here.
I wasn't a
Glad to
month
have
late.
you
I had
back.
stuff going on. I had life going on. It was weird.
As Tim said in the pre-show, everyone had a gobble fest.
That's right.
Also
Gobble
called
Fest.
Thanksgiving.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope your holidays were wonderful. I hope you said what you were thankful for, and I hope you started arguments involving politics, religion, and or other taboo topics at the Thanksgiving table so you can be remembered for generations to come.
What a monologue that was. Now, none.
And we got a great show ahead for you guys. We will be reviewing the Magog One-Shot, Thy Kingdom Come, Magog, the Real Me. But before that, we will have our topic of the week, which is which superhero do you think is going to become a household name within the next 10 years? We will be having another round of Do You Know? We will be having our very first ever segment of the F list. And that cheesy looking guy right behind Tim, Prophet,
that was
will be
me.
the
Yeah,
first
okay.
number on the list. But to start the show off, before we had the pre-show, Jamie gave his rating for Armored Wars, which was a 7.5. That was the last book that me and Tim reviewed on the last episode of the Codex podcast. And now we will start off with the comic news of the week, and it is some sad news that we had going on at the end of last month, and then some news this month, and Tim will start us off with it.
Yeah, so guys, in our community, we have lost a lot of people this year. George Perez and others that just it sucks when you have to add to this list, and adding these two people to this list sucks even more, and it hurts. One of them on a personal level for me because I met the man. But first, let's start off with Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, the one that we all grew up with on Batman the Animated Series. And then through the countless DC animated movies that he voiced, the iconic character that he is known for as the voice of Batman. He has passed away from a battle with cancer. That was about 2 weeks ago. That came really sudden. It was unexpected. Something that I didn't know anything about until after the fact, and that made me really sad and upset. So I wish nothing but the best for Kevin Conroy's family, and that they're able to heal and get through this process the best way that they can. As far as the second person goes, if you don't know by now, Jason David Frank has passed away. Jason David Frank was Tommy Oliver from the Power Rangers. He was 49 years old, and he passed away from suicide. Now, that hits me on a personal level two ways. Number one, my brother passed away from suicide. So I know what his immediate family, what his fans are going through. On a personal level, I've been through that. I'm still going through that. That's something I'll never get through. And I also met the guy in Nashville for Wizard World when my son and my stepson were both really little, and got a picture with him. So that's super personal to me. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I will say this. If you're suffering from mental illness, if you are having a hard time, if you're having depressive thoughts, suicidal thoughts, or anything like that, ladies and gentlemen, please reach out to anybody you can, your closest friend, your furthest friend, a family member, your next door neighbor, anybody. Reach out to them and get help. It is okay to do so. It is not an ego duster or anything like that. Getting help is a good thing, and it keeps you around for people to enjoy your company. So please do that. Don't hesitate to do that. So rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, and rest in peace, Jason David Frank.
Yeah. Well, just to let everyone know too, if you are having issues, if there's anything and you feel like you can't reach out to someone, we are all here. I will put that out there. You guys can find me. Our names are usually listed in the comments below or the descriptions. DM me. I could assure you could DM anyone on the team. and we'll be happy to help as any way we possibly can.
Yeah.
So there's always an outlet. There's always an outreach. Like I said, like Tim kind of said, leave the ego aside. If you feel like you need it, we're here too. My phone is always on.
Yeah, and if you can't find us the regular way, we're in Comic Character of the Day. You can click on our names and hit message, and you can message us directly. Absolutely, 110%.
Yeah, we're even to up at my today how it says Kruger signing. That's the way to find me on Instagram. So I am on there, and yeah,
And-
so reach out to any of us.
And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 3 numbers. All you got to do is hit it on your phone, and it is 988.
Yes. Yeah, no, this one kind of hit right in the feels though, because it is like my childhood all in one. For anyone that doesn't know, I am a huge Power Rangers fan. Still to this day, I kind of got the comics. Those 3 right there are all of them. I don't know. It's just the guy was at every single convention I was at. He always made time for every single one of his fans. He never had an issue. Wouldn't eat, wouldn't do anything, wouldn't leave until the line was done.
Yep.
People said he was like a little bit of a prima donna at times because he would be like, "I'm here, let's get this started." They're like, "You don't go on for another like half hour." He's like, "No, I'm here, let's go." Always there for the fans, and that's the one thing that I will give him. As for Conroy, like that's the voice of a generation. Like that's what made, I am vengeance, I am the night so polarizing. And it's one of those things, like even with the new Batman movie, when he's like, "I'm vengeance," everyone's like, "Conroy."
Yeah.
Like it goes without saying that these people that we saw growing up, no matter what age group you're part of, like still hold a special place in people's hearts like none other. I just saw what was it? It's a podcast called Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Lex Luthor, for anyone that doesn't know, from Smallville, and also played the Flash in the animated series. He had Conroy on, and just listening to him talk about how he got started. He roomed with Robin Williams.
Wow.
Like he even talked about like how he Williams would stay up all night, and he's like, you'd hear different characters coming from the room because he was practicing all night long. But it, like those things you don't know about people. He was never like an open door kind of guy. He made his sexuality known, but wasn't like a polarizing figure for it. But overall, like the guy was just a juggernaut in the industry. So both of them will be missed tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, 2 parts of two big people from our childhood. Like I said, the voice of Batman, and then Tommy, the green/white Ranger. And may they both rest in peace. Kevin Conroy, like I said, was 66 years old, passed away from cancer, and Jason David Frank passed away from suicide at the age of 49. And the thing is, their legacies will always live on. I mean, people will always, even me too. When I read Batman, I'm always imagining Kevin Conroy's voice as Batman.
Oh yeah.
And then
when we were reading the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, all I could hear was Jason David Frank doing the voice of Tommy.
Yeah, pretty much the most, in my opinion, like the most epic of any of the Power Ranger series. I'd say that was the biggest character. I'd say from the whole show, in my opinion, was the white.
The biggest
Green
reoccurring
Ranger.
character too.
And yeah, he would be a reoccurring. Yes, yeah, he appeared on the show many times and throughout the comics. Yeah, so it was truly devastating, the passing of both men, and they obviously both passed in different ways. And still, so like we said, anybody going through anything, feel free to reach out to people. So
once again, ladies and gentlemen, the suicide hotline is 988.
Yes, definitely take advantage of it.
You do have a place in the world. I wonder, is one great thing about social media is that sometimes it's kind of hard to find people who like the same things you like, but there are groups, even like, look at, let's say us, we all live in different states, even the other members from Codex, we're all living in different states, and we're able to find comic groups and groups of things we like, and you're able to connect with people and say, oh, you know what, there's people who have a lot in common with me, and you make friends that way. And I know I have you guys that I could reach out to if ever anything, and the other members of Codex as well.
Like with most of us, we found each other through social media. It wasn't like when we first started, me and Sonny brought Tim on because we found him at Comic Character today. And now everybody else from there is kind of slowly working their way on, but only if I allow it. But no, they're all great people, big hearts. Some have bigger mouths than others, but we'll keep that aside. But they'll be more than willing to, jump in and try to do whatever they can, even just to make you, smile for the time being, make you laugh.
Us three have never sat in the same room together, but you're some of the best friends that I have. And we do this on a weekly basis on other times. And our conversations don't stop here. We're talking all week long, either on the phone or in Messenger. So,
yeah.
So
there's always someone out there.
Frank, rest in peace. And like you said, Jamie, everyone, there's always someone out there.
Oh, yeah.
But in other news, let's get off the morbid train for a minute. Let's bring some light back. Let's spin this a little bit, shall we? We have Marvel announcing the new Spider-Man spinoff with Silk. Now, this has been going on for quite a while now. I know we've talked about this in previous shows about what they're possibly going to do with the character. Before it was, I believe, a live action movie. Mm-hmm. Now it has switched to a live action series, and it was picked up by Amazon Prime. So it'll be Silk Spider Society. It's in the works. With Angela Kang as the showrunner for this.
What are her qualifications?
She worked for The Walking Dead.
That's
pretty impressive.
Kind of impressive. I'm not impressed.
It's kind of a popular show.
So is it? Last I heard, it was over.
Yes, it finally is. Well, not technically, because they have like 7 spinoffs going on it. But we're talking about Silk here. Let's leave it at that. So with this news, I know we've talked about this in the past, but with this whole Sonyverse era that we're in, because they just don't want to give up their rights because they're greedy. Where do you see this as a good thing? Do you see it as a bad thing? Are we happy we're getting more Spider adjacent brands going on? What are you guys' thoughts?
Sonny, you go ahead and take it away. I've got a lot to say about this that I'll say later.
I can tell.
I think we do have many Spider-Man characters, so another one doesn't get me so excited. Like, especially like we have the main Spider-Man, and there's talk of there being, bringing the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man back, and then we have Miles Morales Spider-Man. But then this one is the Korean American character of Cindy Moon, so I think they could bring in a different audience. Let's say, there aren't too many Asian characters taking the leads in shows and movies. I mean, yes, we had Shang-Chi, but now a female Asian character, so that may get different fans to watch it. And I'm not too familiar with the character of Silk, so I'll keep an open mind when it comes to the show. I'll see a preview, see how that goes, and see if it seems like something I'll want to jump on.
As you guys know, in the next 13 years.
I was gonna say, as you know, I'm very behind in shows, but every now and then I'll catch something relatively around the time it comes out. Yeah, so I will keep an open mind with Silk Spidey Society.
All right, Tim. I can tell you're getting red in the face.
50 Spider-Man shows about to come out.
Okay, so let me get the good thing about this out of the way. My invisible friend Nick, his daughter, will be very excited to see this show, and I'm happy for her because Silk is one of her favorite characters right now. So in that aspect, this is a great thing because a young lady is going to watch this show and love every minute of it, watching her favorite character come to life. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other kids and teenagers and adults that will be doing the same thing. With that being said, Sony's track record for spider-themed movies is not that great. And the resurgence in popularity with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were no way, shape, or form because of Sony. It was because of a Marvel movie that was in the MCU. And now that their popularity is way back up in the stratosphere again, Sony wants to capitalize on that. I think they're going to do it horribly. I think they're going to do it wrong like they have been. And I don't see anything good coming out of this.
Well, tell us how you really feel. Jesus, Tim.
I will.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh my God. I mean, if you watch Venom, Let There Be Carnage, that's all that needs to really be said.
Yeah, it was great.
It was terrible.
You're terrible. You don't even know who Cletus Cassidy is. Half the time you're like,
Glacius Cassidy?
Yeah, he called him Clacius Cassidy.
The great and wonderful Clacius
I was like, did you watch
Cassidy?
this? Did you watch the same movie that I did? Jesus.
Farmer in Southwest Indiana? Yeah, I know who he is. He's a great guy.
Yeah, great boxer.
Yeah,
Great
wonderful.
boxer. Yeah.
He was 0-37 with got knocked out 36 times.
But at least he tried. By Gog, at least he tried.
Just like the first two Spider-Man movies, at least they tried.
The second Spider-Man movie is hailed as one of the best ever created.
I'm talking about Tom
superhero
Holland.
movies. Oh, well, yeah. Those were all right. They were
No
okay.
one cares about Tobey Maguire.
We can't be perfect. But anyways, moving on.
I'm excited for Spider-Man 7 Ways from Home and 3 Ways from Home and Lost
Well,
from
he's
Home,
home now,
Home Down the
so-
Block.
No, he's not. Technically, he's not because no one knows him.
Oh, well,
So
that's-
home is where the heart is. His heart is gone because they killed her.
is that the
Spider-Man
title
Can't
of the
Find
next
My Way
movie?
Home. Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Homer bound. No,
Spider-Man, where's my keys?
Yeah. God. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. I'm learning more and more about like Marvel and Disney not having the rights to people. Like, do you know? No. That
Not yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But no, did you know that like Namor can't have his own movie because Universal owns them, just like they do with the Hulk?
Yep.
I didn't.
So he can be a supporting character all day long, but he can't be a main character.
Yes.
Maybe they'll just do like one of the Halloweens where they call out Michael Myers and then they just have him in a sewer and they have some random guy basically take the lead.
Why don't
They
they
do that
just
with the
spell
Hulk.
his
good.
name backwards? Roman?
I mean, you
Right.
couldn't pronounce it anyways. So the
Yeah,
actor,
it's-
true fact, the actor could not say Namor. So in the movie, he calls himself Namor.
Ah, okay.
I always knew it was Namor.
Yeah.
I
I always
knew.
said it like that. People thought I'd been crazy for years.
But
Oh.
anyways,
You know what?
But
Mispronouncing
everybody
his name is
sins.
not a sin.
Everybody's sins, Sonny.
But you know what? Let's talk about the sins of Sinister. There is a new comic set to come out, and it's one for those X-Men fans, and it is the Sins of Sinister, and it is set to come out January 25th, 2023. And it is written by Kieran Gillen, and the artist will be Lucas Werneck, and the cover artist is set to be Lanil Francis Yu. Now, this is a story set to be in the future, or it is basically like if Sinister takes over, and there will be an issue that takes place 10 years in the future, 100 years in the future, and 1,000 years in the future. So we'll be seeing all kinds of different characters. Certain ones in the future will be the characters of Rasputin, a new character named Ironfire, and another new character named Anti-Fortune. Now,
I bet he doesn't have very good fortune.
He looks pretty old.
Or
So
you
maybe-
can't
who
tell the
knows, maybe-
future.
Yeah,
That's
maybe he's
true.
just lasted a long time. So maybe, well, that's actually Anti-Fortune.
Oh.
Yeah, his luck's
Yeah.
not so
Yeah.
great.
So she
Oh,
should probably
sorry.
have better luck since her name is Auntie Tim. She's like an ant. I'm guessing she's somebody's aunt, but she kind of looks like a mixture of Rogue and Nightcrawler.
Ooh,
That's kind of what I got from it. And other characters look like to be mixtures too. Like you see Storm, almost looks like she's wearing something kind of like Magneto. Like she kind of has a helmet, something similar like that. We see like a creation, like a mixture of the female Wolverine, X-23, and Nightcrawler. And then we see Mr. Sinister. Basically, he's going for a different look. Almost reminds me like a Colossus, but he's still Sinister, still has the diamond in the head. And then we see a Captain America. This is the main thing in the article was the evil Captain America. I was almost wondering, like,
Steve.
did Sinister take him? Yeah, but yeah.
Jamie, what? I'm done.
Not yet. We haven't gotten to the F list yet.
Oh
Tim.
my god, that came
So-
out of nowhere.
There's Captain America. And he's got a beard, and but he's still over the A. He has the diamond like Mr. Sinister, and the synapses for the story is set to be this. It is from CBR, Comic Book Resource, and it says, "It's the end of the world as we know it, and at least Sinister feels fine. For now. Can that last? Especially when we discover that he really is his own worst enemy. The universe-melting X event begins here in a horror timeline that makes Age of Apocalypse look like the X-Men swimsuit special."
Oh,
Those are some big
that's a
words.
great pitch. I'm in.
I was gonna say, because Age of Apocalypse is something. It's a huge event. Definitely recommend it for all X-Men fans. I love it. So to compare it with the two, or to compare Sins of Sinister to it is a big statement.
To compare it to the Marvel swimsuit issue is
Yeah.
unfounded. So
Yeah, big talk. I think it's gonna be more maybe like an Inferno because it deals with Mr. Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be pretty interesting. I'm interested to see how it comes out to be. If they haven't said if it's going to be more than 3 issues, because we know there's going to be 110 years, 100 years, 1,000
It's
years.
gonna be 6.
6. It's set to be
Ooh.
6. Well, there you go. So 6 issues starting January 25th. Guys, what do you think of Sins of Sinister? Sounds like something you want to check out or pass?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Oh, well, I'm going to check it out based on that pitch alone. Yeah, I'm in 110%. If Stevel is in it in any way, shape, or form beyond cameo, yeah, 110%. It sounds interesting. I am so far out of the loop with X-Men, though. Like reading Judgment Day or
Judgment Day.
whatever. Yeah, reading that. I kind of got the idea of what's going on, like what Hickman was doing and stuff like that, but I'm still very lost. So I'll be just as lost when I read Sins of Sinister, but I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'll check it out. Absolutely.
Yeah, so this was something that actually spun out of New York Comic Con when they announced that there was a 6 event deal going on for Marvel Comics in general. Me and Sal went over it on an episode of After Dark.
Mhm.
With this one, I don't know how I feel about it because they've been doing a lot of. I mean, they stopped recently, but they've been doing a lot of like the 2099 variant again. And I feel like this is just another add-on, but with Mr. Sinister. So instead of it being like a solo one-shot, this is going to be a 6-issue kind of thing.
Mhm.
I'm hoping it's good. I hope they kind of dig more into the lure of Mr. Sinister and what happens moving forward, how his legacy is going to proceed. I'll try it, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, if that makes sense. We'll see how the first issue goes.
Yeah, an issue or two and check it out, see how it flows.
Yeah, maybe 5 or 6 and then see what you think.
Sure. There you go.
In Sonny's case, he'll get it when he's 60 and finally in trade form.
When it's been printed
You know how I do it.
66 times in trade.
He got it off an eBay auction.
Mail
guys,
call.
You know me.
Yeah. Mail call.
Remember when I talked about this 20 years ago?
It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, I got it.
We're all
Unknown
going to
and
get
complete.
video text messages at that point, or hologram of Sonny's going to pop up in the bedroom and be like, guys, guess what?
Oh my
And he's going to be
god.
like, stay out of my room.
3 a.m. with the schedule for the next episode.
Yeah.
You guys got the schedule. Here you go.
Those are my favorites.
Getting the schedule?
Oh, yeah. Especially at 3 o'clock in the morning. But now that I work nights, I'm okay with it. Before it was like, Sonny, I'm trying to sleep. My phone is dinging. Stop sending me these at 3.
I have to turn my phone on silent because sometimes you guys in the in messenger groups will just go for like
Dude, I wake up-
75 messages and
I
I'm
wake
looking
up sometimes and there's like 65 messages and I know none of them are important.
I just like I hear it go ding ding. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, one more and I'm throwing that phone across the room. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah. Wait, that's Jamie calling. There's the difference. He's
You
like,
don't
he's sitting there, phone, come back.
You don't like us in our group when we send gifs to each other and we just
GIFs.
talk about random
Sonny?
jokes. Yeah.
What a peanut butter? Who said a peanut butter?
Hmm?
It's GIF,
Who?
Oh my god.
not GIF.
Oh yeah. Yeah. GIF.
It doesn't have a J, it's a G.
Tomato
good.
tomato.
GIF. Yeah.
It still
tomato,
starts with a T
tomato.
though,
Potato
Tomato,
tomato.
and that starts with a P. We're gonna, ladies and gentlemen, real fast. We're having an enunciation awards. Sonny,
It's
how did
pronounced
you?
Mimi. No, it's
Yeah, it's pronounced Mimi.
I love those memes.
I do
Those-
too.
Those memes make me happy. The Drew Carey show was amazing. But no. So yeah, on to our next subject.
Yes. Here we go. We have a new segment, and this is called the F list. You're bringing up a character who is obviously on the F list. They're not an A-lister, B-lister, C-lister, D-lister. They're an F-lister. And the very first one, which the dishonor, is the man behind Tim, and that is John Prophet. Or more, or
God.
technically his full name is Jonathan Taylor Prophet. As soon as I started looking at this character, I was like, oh man, this
That
character, this is an
Liefeld
F-lister. And the more I found out about him, it just got worse. First, his name is Prophet. Then I found out his name is John Prophet. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like just something just made up. Like if I'm like, hey, I know the owner of Costco, and you're like, what's his name? I'm like, oh, John Costco. That's how they came with John Prophet. And then we found his name is Jonathan Taylor Prophet. We saw that first picture, super duper muscular. And then now look at this. There was a time Jim Lee tried to save this character and was unable to do
No.
so. And this character, if you're not able to see it, it is Prophet with a nipple ring.
Oh my God.
Because when in doubt, nipple it out.
Yep.
Nipple ring, the nipple ring of greatness. Yeah. So Prophet started off in Youngblood 2. Youngblood 2, and then later on, Jim Lee made that cover and decided to give him a nipple ring. And there we go. Tim, the biggest Youngblood fan I know,
Yes, so
it's his
huge.
first appearance.
He does
Red
have his
Dog.
comics now graded from Youngblood, so
Not yet.
He
Yet.
does, yeah. But
Yeah.
guys,
So
Prophet
that's
is
his first
bad.
appearance right there. As wonderful as it is. I don't own it because of that though.
And guys, there's even talk if this guy Prophet is going to get a movie. There's talk of him getting a movie. And Jake Gyllenhaal, you go from playing Mysterio down to playing Prophet. I
if
don't know how that's
no
gonna
nipple
be.
ring, we riot.
Oh my God.
Yes, I think the nipple ring is the only thing that can save the movie. With this character, I think the only thing that can save it, yes, is the nipple ring because you can give us some laughs. But I
One
think
ring
To
for all of humanity.
and it's a
Jake
nipple ring.
Gyllenhaal is Prophet.
JTP.
I mean, seriously, guys, John Prophet. What do you guys? Do you want to see that movie? Do you want to see a movie of John Prophet? I
No.
think it would be if they do go forward with it. If they come out with a John Prophet movie, they may be thinking maybe could he make it past the F list? But I think it would be a big flop. I think it'd be one of those movies that people they talk about for a couple of years of how bad it was, and then it's completely forgotten. And in 10 years, it's like what?
It's gonna be as bad as Morbius.
Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal, if
It's
you're watching
Prophet
this-
time.
No.
Like-
A prophet does not cometh. Take the loss on this one and step aside and let somebody else be prophet, please.
Yeah. That,
Yeah.
even,
I know a little bit about the character. I don't know a whole lot, but the stuff that I do know, it's typical Liefeld stuff. The guy is bigger than a house and stronger than a force of wind.
yeah, that first picture definitely showed.
Yeah, exactly.
He had
So
like a
I
12
mean,
pack there.
but he was popular in the 90s. He was hugely popular in the 90s. There you go. There's
Yeah,
his first
super
issue,
muscular,
guys.
12 pack.
I got that right here. So that's his first ongoing series. That went for quite a few issues, if I understand right. More than 10, less than 50. But here's issue number 2 for that. And the artwork is still Liefeld artwork. It's not horrible.
And you can't see
but
his
it's
feet.
not- well, you can. They're just way down
That-
here.
That's why. So you don't have to see it. It's the depth perception that throws you
Well,
off.
something cool happens. A guy that we know by Stephen Platt, who did Moon Knight and then moved from there to here. He did Prophet. This is issue number 5.
Mhm.
And though it he still looks ginormously huge, the artwork is significantly better, in my opinion, than Liefeld's gloriousness. But yeah, beyond that, I mean, he was popular in the 90s. They did like a resurgence thing not too long ago. I don't know how incredibly popular that was because I didn't care.
Nipple ring.
So yeah, exactly. So yeah, but then we have one more gem to show you, and this is in the Supreme title, issue number 29. If you haven't read Supreme, guys, it's dumb, mindless fun. It's just a bunch of people punching each other every issue, and Image's version of Thor is chef's kiss, horrible. Yeah, Prophet's in Supreme too, so Prophet, enough said. Supreme Apocalypse, part 1 of 5. Yeah, right.
Supreme sounds like he may be joining the F list soon.
I hope so, because I've actually read a fair amount of his series.
But
only Tim.
Yeah, but yeah, beyond that, I don't know much about him, but I know he deserves to be right here at the bottom of the barrel.
And on movieweb.com, they were talking about, how there's going to be a movie, possibly with Jake Gyllenhaal. And this is the way they even said it about Prophet, teaching people about him. After being in and out of stasis for over 40 years, the Master Swordsman emerges and mistakenly takes the super team for those who imprisoned him in the first place. Prophet attacks them, only to quickly realize they are not his enemies.
What does that sound like to you guys? Captain America?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Copying. Captain America, big shoulders. And
it's that moment where they're like, yeah, you caught him at Homer, just don't do it verbatim.
Oh, okay. I'll just make him as big as a house and horrible.
Yeah. His chest is actually bigger than the original.
Yeah. And give him a not a 6-pack, maybe a 16-pack.
Yeah. Make it an odd number, make it 15, so one's on
that. Hang on. 1, 2, 4. No, 6.
I like
8.
how you count. You just skip numbers. You're like 1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. And Tim, this is from the comic you have, that Youngblood 2. I had to take a picture of this because I'm like, let me look and do some research on this Jonathan Taylor Prophet guy.
This
is from that comic book, Youngblood 2. It says, his name is Prophet, Jonathan Taylor Prophet. And by our calculations, he's at least 80 years old.
That's a lot of math.
You got to do the podcast from now on in that voice. Like, there's no way around it anymore. Like, if you do not do that voice every episode, we're done.
At some point, I'll try to work it into
in a world where SK finds his voice. Tim, Jamie, and Sonny do a podcast every week.
I will have to find my way.
I like how you choked right there. You're like, I'm going.
And I'll have to do it probably in the F list, because the F list characters are fun to talk about. Now, guys, finally, when we talk about it, I do want to say, do you think that John Prophet can make it out of the F list? If so, do you think, how would he make it out, and how high do you think he can make it? We know he's not going to make it.
He's making it past the door. Honestly, the way he doesn't talk about. If he was part of Youngbloods, sorry, Tim.
No, you're good.
No, I know they're your favorite and they got a special place in your heart. But if they were in the Youngbloods, it's not going to do anything for him. Like, there's no credibility, I think, after that point. I don't know. Just the way we're talking about it, like, I don't see. I don't even think he's going to be on the F list anymore. I think he's just a throwaway character in the next 10 years.
That movie has to be something we have never seen before, and not in a bad way. Like, that movie has to be spectacular and have almost nothing to do with what we're looking at right now in order for it to be worth anything.
Good point.
Only Prophet Nipple Ring can save him.
No, not even that.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah. Do I think Prophet makes it out of the F list? No, I don't. I think obviously a movie would be able to change it. Like I said, to me, it'd have to be a spectacular movie, but I think it's going to be a flop, and I think it will only keep Prophet in the F list. So looks like none of us think that John Prophet makes it out of the F list.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. And anybody
certified
F list characters, certified F for Prophet. Anybody watching, if there are any F listers you would like to see us talk about and basically destroy, let us know. Put in the comments. We do like to get recommendations and interact with our viewers. So that wraps up our very first F list. Goodbye to John Prophet.
Bye.
Bye, John. Bye, Jonathan Taylor.
I wonder if he saw that coming. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Well, But there you go. Time to go back into wherever he went to, where he was stuck for 50 years, and he can
80
keep all
years.
his. Oh yeah. By the way, his powers are the same typical ones. He's super strong. He has a bunch of stamina. He's real. He has a great agility. He's very forgettable. And now we move on from John Prophet, and we move on to our topic of the week. We know we won't be mentioning Prophet in this topic of the week
I don't
because
know.
We're not
our
supposed to.
Oh.
our topic of the week this week is, which superhero do you think is going to become a household name within the next 10 years?
Yes.
Jamie, do you have our
And
top three
with
comments?
our top three, at first we have one of our very own Archduke Kevin Berkeley says Riri Williams, Ironheart. Next up, Louis Arbs with Sleepwalker. And then lastly, Tim Dixon with Ted Cord and Booster Gold in hopes that they finally get a movie together. So thank you again for everyone who put out the recommendations, their answers. If you want to be in the top three, jump on Comic Character of the Day, where we post our topic of the weeks weekly, and your name can be brought up too, part of the top three.
That is right. So yeah, I saw a lot of people commenting. Excuse me, a lot of people commenting about Ironheart, and I think that is pretty much the safe answer. So I mean, I'll say Ironheart. I do think she is going to become huge and a household name, but I don't want to just stick onto that because, like I said, most people were saying it. I want to take a chance. Let me pick another character who isn't so known that I'm placing my money on, and I'm going to double down on our episode when we reviewed the Spider-Man movie, No Way Home. I said I think within the next 3 movies, the next trilogy, the character of Night Thrasher will be put in there and will become big. So I'm going to double down on that, and I am going to say that I think Night Thrasher is going to become a household name within the next 10 years.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Tim, how about you?
Jamie, with the third answer or the third comment that you had there, somebody mentioned Booster Gold. That's who I'm picking, is Booster Gold, and I'll tell you why. With James Gunn doing whatever he's going to do with the DCU Bible, I have a very solid opinion that Booster Gold is going to be a part of that in some way, shape, or form. And if he's done right, he could be extremely popular, and that's what I've got my fingers crossed for.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Jamie, how about you?
For me, I have 2 because I think they're both going to be catapulted into stardom within the next 10 years. And my first one is Erica Slaughter as a character from Something is Killing the Children.
Ooh, okay.
And my second one was going to be the cast, because if you read it, you know, the whole supporting cast of Noctera, because it's greenlit for a Netflix series. I think they're going to be household names. I know they're not part of the big 2, but I think that they're going to be the names that we're going to be seeing from this point forward.
Right on.
Yeah. And there are characters who aren't from the big 2 that are household names. Like Sandman has become really popular. I mean, comic fans knew Sandman, but he's become a lot more popular with the Netflix series. And Spawn obviously is not from DC or Marvel, and he's a super popular character. So we'll see how that all turns out.
Right on.
And next week we'll have another topic of the week. Thank you again, everybody, for commenting, and maybe your comment will be mentioned on the show next week.
Yes, keep commenting away.
Yes.
No. And
Jamie,
guys, I just wanted to ask, I know we have Do You Know coming up, but do you know where you guys can save some money and get great books from?
tell me, Jamie.
Well, our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics, they got the deal for you. So check this out. What's up, everyone? If you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword codex at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out. Yes, and thank you again to our friends over at Hero Corner Comics with doing that promotion for us. Guys, the whole store, the whole website, 20% off. go check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if you want some good comics, you know where to go and for a deal.
And go check out their Facebook group too if you can. Heroes Corner Comics Insider. You can see all of the variants and exclusives they have before posted on the website. They're on their Facebook page.
Yeah, I checked them out. Yeah, they got a lot of those really cool variant covers. So
I'm
yeah,
just waiting until I get paid so I can spend it all at his website.
I do
and
that.
get 20% off
Yeah.
using the word codex.
CODEX.
There you go. Heroes Corner Comics, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the holidays are coming up. You know, we get some good gifts for some people.
That is true.
I
love comic
could
books.
love some good gifts.
I wonder where I'll go.
Well, if you watch the show, you know. But being as Tim doesn't rewatch anything, he's gonna be like, guys, I don't know where to go.
Yeah, where do I go again? Oh, that's right.
But
HeroesCornerComics.com.
do you know?
No.
It's not Morbin time, it's do you know time.
Uh-oh.
And I believe this week I am starting it off.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. So, guys, Flashpoint Beyond, they dropped the bombshell revealing a villain's true name. So, guys, do you know the Joker's official real name?
No.
Arthur Fleck.
Point.
Did you say Arthur Fleck? You're flecking wrong. It is actually Jack Oswald White. It was confirmed in Flashpoint Beyond number 5 of the true name of the Joker.
Spelled Joy, J-O-I? Or no, Jow. Never mind. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Don't
In
mind
5 years, they're going to change that. They're going to change that in like 5 years. His name is Jonathan
right now,
Taylor
it is
Joker.
canon.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
No points so far.
No points so far. Okay, guys. Now we go on to me. Since we did talk about the passing of Kevin Conroy, and we all know him as the voice of Batman, I thought let me do a question that goes with Kevin Conroy as Batman. Do you know Kevin Conroy's proudest work as Batman? It was I'll give you a hint. It is the name of an episode of the Batman the 90s animated series.
Oh.
I don't know the name of the episode, but I'm gonna take a guess, and it's the one where he was not Batman through most of it. He was Bruce Wayne, but he was whoever he is undercover. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Matches Malone.
Yeah, and he wasn't Batman through the whole episode. He was Matches Malone through the whole episode, if I remember right. Like in canyons and in the desert and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm going with the Underdwellers.
Okay, the answer is Perchance to Dream. Perchance to Dream, I looked up. It's something almost similar to For the Man Who Has Everything, where Batman is almost seeing his life as if his parents had lived. Yeah, so a different way, like a dream world. So Kevin Conroy has stated in multiple interviews that, his most proudest work as Batman was working the episode Perchance to Dream.
Well, there you go. No points so far. Let's move away from that a little bit, and let's go to what we're going to review later, which is offshoot of Kingdom Come. Now, Kingdom Come, as you guys know, is a super awesome story that was put out by DC back in the 90s. But do you know who wrote Kingdom Come?
Mark Waid.
What did you say, Sonny?
Is it Mark Waid?
Wade.
Jamie, what do you say?
I was going to say the same thing, but now I'm going against myself here. Hang on. Kingdom Come. Yeah, I'll go with Wade.
You are both correct. It is Mark Waid. Mark Waid and Alex Ross did Kingdom Come. Alex Ross did the artwork. Mark Waid did the writing. And the first issue dropped in May of 1996. Good job, gentlemen. Good job.
Yeah. I didn't want... I was going to say Mark Waid too at the beginning. And I'm like, well, I don't want to just steal Sonny's answer, but I think it's right. So, too bad. Sonny.
It is correct. Yes, absolutely. Way to go.
All right. Guys, we all know every hero has his villain. But do you know which supervillain has the highest kill count? In Marvel.
In
So
Marvel?
what did you say?
It's DC and Marvel, so
Oh,
it could
DC
be
and
it could
Marvel.
be either or.
I'm gonna guess it's something that's kind of debatable, but I'll say the Dark Phoenix.
I'm gonna say Thanos.
Both are wrong. Close. They were in the top 3 for those two, but
Ooh.
top 5. But the actual answer is the Anti-Monitor. He has killed over 50 different realities with everybody in them.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. But we were close, but okay. The Anti-Monitor, yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
the
believe Phoenix was 3, Thanos was 4.
We were right there, Sonny.
Galactus
we
was
were climbing up
2.
the ladder.
Yeah, Galactus was number 2,
Oh,
and then
God.
Anti-Monitor was number 1.
Wow.
That's one I'll be
Okay.
kicking myself for getting wrong.
Anti-Monitor, big story for him was Crisis on Infinite Earths, correct?
Mhm.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, guys. Well, speaking of villains, here we go. We were talking a little bit about Spider-Man earlier. So my question for you guys, do you know what supervillain teamed up with Spider-Man and the Punisher in the story Designer Jeans?
Typhoid Mary.
The designer.
The answer is Sabretooth.
Of course it would be.
There
there
is
is
a
a
character
story.
named the designer, though. That's why I was like,
Yeah, I can see. Good guess. Better than Typhoid Mary.
Right?
But we can't leave Typhoid Mary out. She's been lonely. We haven't talked about her
She's with
since a
Kingpin
mail
right
call.
now.
Yeah, since like a mail call.
yeah, since like a seldom
Yeah.
mail call.
But yep, there is a story, and it is Spider-Man, Punisher, Sabretooth, Designer Jeans.
Wow. That's something I don't want to read.
I do want to read it.
He wants to read it so good.
Question number 2.
I'll read it all night long. If you enjoy John Prophet comics.
Oh, my
While
Lord.
rubbing my nipple ring.
Because yes.
Ladies
Okay,
and gentlemen.
Tim, go ahead.
Question number 2. The last of
nipple
the
ring. Nipple
twos.
ring.
Wrong, incorrect. You lose your point. We're going to stay with Kingdom Come, but we're going to go a little bit of live action here. So, do you know who played the Kingdom Come version of Bruce Wayne in live action?
Go ahead, Sonny. I know this one.
Then in the Kingdom Come. Then I'm just gonna say Kevin Conroy.
Are you,
Kevin
Sonny? I
Conroy.
saw you looking around. I need a hand check there, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kevin Conroy.
Yes, I'm giving easy questions this week. The answer is Kevin Conroy.
And that was Crisis on Infinite Earths, the series.
Do you know what
big
part,
event.
Smarty Pants?
Batwoman.
Okay, episode number?
21. I believe. No. 16.
Incorrect. It was episode 9 of season 1 with the first iteration of Batwoman, and it was Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I did see pictures. People were posting pictures. I obviously didn't see the episode yet. No surprise there. But I did see pictures. People were talking about, oh, Kevin Conroy, he's going to be on it. And then since we were talking
I
about
made
it,
it easy for you guys this week, and you guys are
throw it
giving
out.
me hard questions.
Well, Sonny's over here looking at everything he's got written on the his American.
Hey, you copied my Mark Wade answer.
I didn't copy it. It's true, so it was right. Shut up.
And
You take your
copied
nipple.
Kevin
I'm taking.
Conroy.
I can see Sonny. I'm taking my nipple ring and I'm going home.
Well, you do that. Take some hydrogen peroxide with you so it doesn't get infected.
Why do you think I always
Speaking
have
of
to watch
infections,
out
not-
where I am on camera? You know, because
Yeah.
you don't get the
'Cause-
privilege of
'cause
looking
Sonny
at
will be
nipple
like,
rings.
It's
got
Kevin Conroy
Hold on, let me look at my nipple ring. Okay, Kevin Conroy.
Fantastic.
in loving memory.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Too soon.
Yes.
Damn.
Question
So-
number 3.
So since we've been talking about the big two, I want to take it a step back and let's talk about some independents. Do you know what was the very, very first independent comic book company to have direct to comic sales?
I'm going to say Dark Horse.
I'll say Valiant.
Okay, you guys got a year? Just for fun.
I will go with Dark Horse in 1984.
Okay.
I say 1987.
Both of you guys are not even close for both. It was called Eclipse Comics, and they were the first company to have direct-to-customer sales, and they were founded in 1977.
Wow. We were kind of close, Sonny.
No,
10 years. 10 years and 10 years and one company off.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, Sonny.
Okay, here we go.
I need 1 point, guys. Just one to be on the board.
Well, this one happens to deal with the story we will be reviewing today, the Magog One-Shot. As you know, Magog was in the Marines. Well, if you read the story, you know he's in the Marines. Do you know what was Magog's rank in the Marines?
Sergeant. Staff sergeant. I'll go with that. Staff sergeant.
I'm gonna ask something stupid right now, but is corporal a rank?
Yes.
Yes, then corporal.
Jamie, you are so close. Lance Corporal. There is 2 different ranks, but yeah. But Magog was a Lance Corporal. Well, David Reed was a
I should get
Lance
that
Corporal.
still.
But Corporal is a different rank, though.
Okay.
Because there's Lance Corporal. Then
I'm gonna
Corporal.
remember that for when you're like,
one
you give
rank
me the
off.
last, you give me the last name correct, but then you give me the first name wrong. I'm be like, oh, but so close, Sonny.
But there were 2 because there is a different rank. Corporal is
Yeah.
a different rank, though.
And there's different names.
But yeah, so Lance Corporal, David Reed.
Okay.
I'm
So he
out.
just doesn't want me to win. That's why he's doing this right now.
Yep. Well, this will determine who wins today's episode of Do You Know? So we have covered Kingdom Come. We have covered Kevin Conroy. We're not going to talk about them anymore. We're going to talk about the Green Power Ranger or the White Power Ranger. Do you know? Name one video game character that Tommy Oliver, the Green and or White Power Ranger, has fought in Superhero Beatdown.
Oh, I know this.
I just need one.
I will say Superman.
Okay, Jamie, if you can name them both, you'll get no bonus points, but you'll get a high five.
Wasn't
and
it?
Congratulations.
Was it Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter, and then Scorpion from what do you call it? Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so you want to rephrase the Street Fighter answer there?
It was Ken.
No, it was Ryu.
It was Ryu.
That's right. So as the Green Ranger,
but I did get
Ryu.
Scorpion right.
Yeah, you were correct in both parts, but because you said Ken and Ryu, so Ryu's a correct answer. Scorpion is definitely a correct answer. Guys, if you have not seen those episodes of Superhero Beatdown with the Tommy Oliver as the Green or White Ranger fighting Scorpion and Ryu, go check it out. Absolutely fantastic. So, Sonny, no points for you. Jamie, you get 1 point, and that makes you the winner of today's Do You Know?
Call me Corporal Jamie.
You are not a rank above Magog.
Oh my God.
I'm a rank above you today, boy.
No.
There you go.
There you go. There is our Do You Know? There you go. Jamie 3, me 2, Tim with a nipple ring.
Big fat 0.
He's nipple ring.
Big horrible 0. I do not know my comic knowledge this week.
Yes. You're slowly degenerating from the comic book world. You're like, I'm buying grades now. I'm like Sale. And then you just fall off. Like, I don't even read them anymore.
I've got the first appearance of Prophet. I don't need to know anything else. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you do.
I have Magog One-Shot, and I say it's time we review this bad boy. So it is time we review that Kingdom Come Magog, the real me. And Tim will start us off with the credits.
So, yes, the JSA, Justice Society of America, Kingdom Come Special, Magog. it has 2 stories in it. We're going to cover the main story today, but there are 2 stories in it. First story, Sonny, what is it titled again?
That Kingdom Come, Magog, the real me.
Magog the Real Me. Sounds like a documentary. That is written by Peter J. Tomasi. Artwork goes to Fernando Passarin. Inks to Mike Gray. Colors by Hi-Fi. And letters from Rob Lee. And though we're not covering the second portion of the issue, it's only like 7 pages. That is The Secret Origin of Starman. That was written by Jeff Johns. Art goes to Scott Collins. Colors again to Hi-Fi, and letters by John J. Hill. So, you want me to go over some aspects of the story? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you haven't read Kingdom Come, you're kind of not going to know who he is right off the bat, Magog. And Sonny, can you hold up that issue one more time, please?
Oh, yes, I will. And there
So
we go.
it's that guy right there. He's kind of a big deal in Kingdom Come, and if you've read the story, you know why.
Hang on.
Go for it.
He's kind of a big deal. I don't know why. You that just made me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
Jamie.
Did you guys know I'm kind of a big deal? I wouldn't do you now. No, go ahead.
That's right. There you go. Anyway,
give you your credit. You did win. I will give you a thumbs up.
The point is in Kingdom Come, we're catching Magog later in his career as a quote unquote hero. But in this issue, the Justice Society Kingdom Come special, we're in the past with Magog, kind of what is our present day before the events of Kingdom Come take place. And he is with the Justice Society, Hawkman, and Steel, Wildcat, and 2 other characters that I can't remember their names right offhand. But they are in the process of dealing with this event that's taken place in the Congo. This river has been poisoned somehow, and all of these villages all along the lines of the river that need this water to survive, people are dying, and they're investigating this, and they figure out that upstream, there's some terrorist group there that is poisoning the water. And they're doing this for whatever reasons that they want to do that. Well, Magog and the Justice Society make their way up there to kick total tail, and violence ensues. They win, obviously, but as they're standing there trying to figure out kind of where to go next, I think I can't ever pronounce where Black Adam lives. Kondak, yeah, they're talking about going there next because turmoil and trouble is going on. Magog gets a message over his radio, and it's talking about Unit Epsilon, which was a unit that he was a part of when he was a Marine. And he tells the Justice Society, you guys are on your own. These guys take top priority. I served with these guys. I know these guys. I have to go help them. They saved me. I'm going to go save them. And the rest of that story kind of goes around him finding colleagues and friends, and goes into his origins a little bit on how he became who he is, why he's got that super metal arm and the strength and the speed, and the god that gives him his powers, Gog, and so on and so forth. There's more to that, but check it out, guys. It's well worth the read, and I'll tell you why. So the Magog story was absolutely intense. It was more intense than I thought it was going to be. It was more intense than I thought DC would have allowed it to be. It felt borderline at that time what Vertigo stories would have been. So it's filled with a lot of violence, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, like every other page is violence, blood and gore. Again, as much as DC can allow, and a little bit more into a major character in Kingdom Come, which I thought was very pleasant to read because I didn't know much about him from before. And I always had a lot of questions about why he and Superman had this confrontation. This doesn't go into that, but it goes more into the character of Magog, and it gives you a lot more insight into who he is as a person. And I thought that was really cool. Tomasi's writing is very, very well done. The story is fast paced. It's even paced where it needs to be. And it keeps you on the edge of your seat. I really enjoyed that. I haven't read a back issue like that in quite a while, especially a one-shot that's an offshoot of a well-loved DC Elseworld story. Now, moving on to the art, Passerin's artwork, along with Hi-Fi's colors and Mick Gray's inks, really gives wonderful visuals to Tomasi's writing, and I think it's paired very well together. The graphic violence is done in such a way that some of it is subtle, but some of it is very in your face, and I really dig stuff like that. So overall, the writing and the artwork both get a very well-deserved 9 out of 10 from me. So overall, this story itself gets a 9 out of 10. Highly recommend. If you've read Kingdom Come, this is one of the one-shots that I think you should read, and you'll get a lot of information on Magog, and you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it too.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the helm on this one next. Tim, I agree with you on the writing. I thought the writing was fantastic. Tomasi hit it out of the park, and it shows why DC has trusted him so much more now than ever before.
If I've read Tomasi's work before, I didn't know that. This is the first time I think I've really known that it was his, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah, he's been on Batman, Robin, Detective, Action Comics. So he's been around. I think he did Green Lantern series too, but overall, Tomasi's been stellar. This goes to show how stellar he can be. And the part that I disagree with is the art in this. I don't think the art helped with the story at all. I was actually upset with how the artwork was, but I enjoyed the layouts on how that was set up. I thought the layouts did justice for the story itself. I don't know. Hi-Fi does good with coloring. It's just he's hit or miss. And this is earlier in his career, so I think he was just getting to that point of where he is now. Now he's on like every book. He's like the Dukeshire of DC.
Yeah. All hail Dukeshire.
All hail the mighty Dukeshire.
The letterer of letters.
Yes. So the story is just a barn burner. Like, I mean, I didn't think DC could take this advantage of just like the massacre that has happened throughout this entire book, from the village, like you brought up, the representation of the poison in the river, to him fighting alongside Epsilon again and taking out a whole terrorist group. Like the story's told so well that you forget the violence is there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one big takeaway I took from it. So to my rating, I'll give the writing a 10. I thought this was perfect as far as something that's going to encapsulate you. If you enjoyed Kingdom Come, you're going to enjoy this. Tomasi knocked it out of the park. But as for the art, I'm going to give it a 7.
Ooh.
I thought the art was the thing that brought this down so horribly bad. Like, I thought it could have been such a better representation in it. Overall, I want to give this an 8.9 though, because I think the writing carried this all the way through and the layouts carried it. So those both come from Tomasi usually.
We are right there. I'm there with the artwork and the writing together, but the writing is what carried you.
Yes, 100%.
Wow.
I thought that this, as a character that I knew, but I didn't know enough about.
Yeah.
I thought that this was the best representation of this character that you could have given for someone just starting out, getting into. There was no miss. Like, you felt like everything flowed, and you felt like even though he had flashbacks at a point, it didn't overshadow the main story of what was going on.
It didn't pull you out at all.
No, it was like, here you go, and we're back.
Yeah.
And it flowed because it showed that character of who he was talking to, back then into now. So it merged together very well.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sonny?
Now, on to me, the one who picked this Magog one-shot. Yeah, I was just interested in reading it, and like I said, we pretty much most of us know Magog from Kingdom Come, so I thought this was good to have a Kingdom Magog one-shot, and I didn't realize it was going to be his origin story. And then when I was pleasantly surprised by that, and it was good to learn, about Magog, his past, also see him just in a story and see him, like I said, more in present day. And then I was surprised, like I said, by the violence. I mean, I enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this is surprising. I did not think I'd ever see Magog pulling out a gun and shooting somebody in the head and looking at his hands and his face being
Burning
covered in
his
blood.
arm off.
Yeah, burned the guy's arm off, and you just see this the
From
skeleton
here
left.
down, guys.
Yeah, so that was a good surprise. And I did like the flashbacks didn't take over, but it was good to have flashbacks, learn about him. Because like I said, it is pretty much his origin story. You guys hit a lot of the keynotes and everything. I thought everything was very good. I'd say the story was very good. The artwork was very good. The only thing for me, there wasn't like any big villains in there. There wasn't this huge story. It was pretty much when they had their fights, nobody was going to give Magog a fight. It was pretty much him wiping them out, and it was entertaining. And I think it's a very good story. And yeah, I like the story. I like the artwork. I definitely recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Magog. And even if you don't know Magog, I recommend this. He's a great character, and I look forward to knowing more about him and seeing him in more stories because, like I said, Kingdom Come is the one we all go to with him. I'd like to see him in some more bigger events. So for me, I give the Magog one-shot, that Kingdom Come, Magog the Real Me, I give it an 8.0. I give it an 8 out of 10. I say it's very good. And then if you want to add the Starman story at the end, I'd say it makes it an 8 point. The issue, I'd say the story of Magog gets an 8 out of 10. I'd say the issue gets 8.2 out of 10 because there's a nice little added story at the end of it.
That's funny. That's funny you say that, Sonny, because with the Secret Origin of Starman, that I think brought my overall rating down. Like if I add that in there, Secret Origin of Starman, I gave that an overall 7.5. For that story, it was solid artwork and writing, gives the origin to a character I haven't seen in quite a while. But that brought the overall rating from a 9 all the way down to an 8 because of that story alone. So if I were to put both of them together, I'd be right there with you. But on Magog alone, I have to agree with Jamie mostly.
Well, there we go. Not the usual time. Yeah. Team with the highest, a 9 out of 10.
No?
Team with 8.9 out of 10. And me with an 8 out of 10. But as we all say, all very good all around. So pretty much all of us here at Codex are agreeing that Magog one-shot is definitely a recommended story. A very good story to check out of the man Magog.
Absolutely.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Magog.
Nipple ring not included.
Oh my God.
But guys, we'll wrap up next week. We will be reviewing, or next time I should say, we will be reviewing Flash Rebirth. Now, guys, I've already gotten through it. There is Tim. I have mine somewhere by me. I was reading it online, and I said, no, I need to buy this. So now I do have it in the collection.
I found this for $2 at a used bookstore, and I had to grab it. For $2, there was no good reason I could say no to that.
That's a steal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So looking forward to that. And next week, we will have obviously more Do You Knows. Like I said, we'll be reviewing the Flash Rebirth. We will have more topic of the week. Obviously, we'll always have comic news, and we will have another edition of the F list. We'll see who joins the F list and John Prophet and his nipple ring. But for me, I can say we can wrap this up, and I say thank you everybody for watching. I look forward to seeing you all at the next episode, and I will let these two guys wrap this thing up.
Go ahead, Tim.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I want to thank you very much for being here tonight, for enjoying our company. We definitely enjoy yours, and we look forward to sitting down and having a conversation for you every week. Don't forget, if you are suffering from mental health or depression or having any type of thoughts that are not normal, reach out to somebody, reach out to a family, reach out to friends, reach out to us. Our doors are always open. Our messengers are always open. You can reach us anywhere. Just reach out for somebody to talk to. And if that's not possible and you want to talk to somebody anonymously, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988. Ladies and gentlemen, you know where to find us. We're everywhere on the socials. Jamie's going to let you know what our website is, but if you want to find us on the socials, all you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where we will be.
Yes, and you guys go check us out at thecodexstation.com. It has all of our info there. Merch, meet the team. Let us know what you like, don't like in the comments there. Also, let us know what you like and don't like in the comments below. Let us know if you want us to continue with the F list. If you want us to choose a character from the F list, please do so. Maybe even what you guys want us to review next. Since we're going to be kind of taking the reviews and going off this show with them and making them their own. Definitely let us know down below. But guys, as always, like we were talking about today, be kind to one another out there. You never know what anyone's going through, and even making someone smile could change the course of their day or life. So always be kind, and we will see you guys in the next one.